Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Ricki and the Flash. Ricki! 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 Ricki and the Flash. Alright, so maybe not quite the right words for that song, but it definitely fits because this is like a rockin' out musical mixed with a melodrama and has a little bit of comedy sprinkled in there as well. So if you know me, you know I love Meryl Streep. So I was super pumped about this film, and of course, she does no wrong. She delivers 100% again, even if the film does not. So as I said, Meryl Streep rocks it. She is really, really good here. She sings well, which we already knew, but I think this might actually be her weakest singing performance out of all of the singing I've seen her do. But it's still actually really strong, and I think she's actually given a tougher task in this film with her singing because she's covering big hits. She's not able to do like Broadway-ish style singing. She has to rock out. So maybe I take that back. This was her toughest task for singing. But of course, where her true strength lies is acting and making her character feel human, making her character feel real, relatable, and making you connect emotionally with that character, which we did. Because Ricki in this film is not always likable, and I would argue half of the time is actually very unlikable, even to the audience. Some of the things she does, some of the things she says, how she acts, you are left a little bit shocked and a little bit disgusted with Ricki, and you don't like her. But right when you're like, oh gosh, this woman, Meryl, reaches out, grabs you, and pulls you back in. And she shows that heart, she shows that vulnerability that makes you instantly connect to this character. She's flawed, she's human, she's well-rounded, and Meryl gives her all of these qualities and helps layer her character fully and makes her just a fully realized person in place of this film. So again, she just delivers on all fronts. Is it an Oscar winner or even an Oscar nominee performance? I don't believe so. Sorry, Meryl. And that might actually be one of the first times I've ever said that. But it's a very solid, strong performance nevertheless. And I think most everyone around her does a good job. If you look at her daughter in the film and wonder how did they find someone who looks so much like her? Because it's actually Meryl Streep's daughter, which I think was a great choice. She definitely delivered on the acting front, and again, the resemblance is just so uncanny that it just lends itself to making you believe in this family. Kevin Kline, he was good. Rick Springfield, he was good. Everybody else was good. Sometimes there was overacting. I actually thought Audra McDonald, she had a small role, but I thought she was really strong, and I wish we would have had more time with her character. But yeah, across the board, outside of Meryl Streep, the acting was good. It didn't take away, but it didn't necessarily add to the film either. And I think part of the problem was the script itself. The story is a very unoriginal story. It's something we've seen time and time again. It falls into a lot of cliches. It is predictable, and it takes a lot of shortcuts to get to where it wants to go. And that is by far my biggest problem with the movie. We're introduced to so many storylines and so many B plots that there's no way for all of them to get proper attention. And in fact, none of them get the proper development and proper attention that they need to make this feel like a whole film. Each of her kids has their own little storyline. She has her own romantic storyline. She has storylines with literally everyone in the film, and so many of them are just gone unresolved at all. And then this, I hate that it's all wrapped up in a pretty bow in the end without earning it. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves in films, and this one commits the crime. So much isn't explained And in the wedding scene that takes place in this film, there is a very, very odd encounter that was just completely misplaced. You kind of understand where her daughter's reaction comes from, but overall, it's literally just there to show a connection. Literally just there to give Ricki some qualities that hadn't been fully displayed earlier in the film. When you see it, you'll know, and you'll feel probably a little awkward, like what's happening right now. There's a few of those moments throughout, and especially at the very end, you will feel like, where did this all come from? How did we get from this point to this point throughout even the course of this film, because they don't properly establish it. Also, another small, really insignificant thing that kind of bugged me in the film is that she always wore that same hairstyle. And what really bugged me about the hairstyle is that every single day, no matter where they were going, no matter what was on the agenda, she had that hairstyle down. And even in implausible times, when you're like, really, who has time to sit there and braid out that hair and get it in the exact same formation on that side? Who has time to do that from the time you woke up to now? And I don't know why it just bugged me so much. Every time I saw it, I was just like, really, we couldn't have switched it up, tried a different hairstyle, kept the kind of rock edge but not done this, or, you know, at least changed the way the braids laid on your head. Or, I think you just woke up 5 minutes ago and we saw your bed head and now you have this on the side. Like, I think it would take longer than that, but, small details. But there's a lot to like about the movie as well. I love that we touched on the fact that men and women are still so different in how they're viewed as parents and as career-oriented individuals. And Meryl does a very good job there with the speech she has relating to the subject and how women are still vilified if they choose to pursue a career, while men, still is okay. And then we really delve into what it means to be a mother and what it means to be a parent, and really what that entails for you, for the kids, for everybody else involved, how you react, and I thought that was really strong. And in fact, I wish we had delved even further into both of those points, but at least they're touched on, and it's not something that we usually get to see mentioned in film, so that was nice. Also, there are a lot of comedic moments. You laugh pretty consistently throughout, and it gets to you. If you like heartwarming stories, then this is something I think that will appeal to you. So, overall, I think Ricki and the Flash is a good start, but it could have gone so much deeper, and it should have cut out some of the side storylines to really focus in on the main stories. But it's still a good product. I think if you're interested in the film, it gives you what you want, and you'll end up leaving the theater happy. Overall, I'd say maybe worth a matinee if this does look interesting, but really, it would make a solid rental. So, that has been my review of Ricki and the Flash. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the conversation. Are you excited to see Ricki and the Flash? And what is your favorite Meryl Streep movie? I know there's so many good ones. Go ahead, let me know in either the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!